Hey, what's up there, Kiss Army? This is Stephen Michael from the Growing Up Rock podcast. When I'm not texting insults back and forth with the two fuckos known as Tom and Zeus, and I need a little something to pick me up, I turn on and turn up the Shout It Out Loudcast because I can't sleep at night without knowing how Paul Stanley came up with those clever lyrics to Love Gun. Now, crank it up.
What's up there, Kiss Army? It's Tom and Zeus with another episode of Shout It Out Loudcast. Episode 86. We're calling this one Talk to Me Too. Ooh, Electric Boogaloo. Tom, how the hell are you?
I'm here, buddy. I'm great. Summer is over in my house. As of the day of this recording, my son has started school already in August.
What?
Yep. So summer's over. We're back at it. And so it's a change. You know, he's getting up early. I have to get up earlier than him now, and so for him some days now. Because sometimes I get up and I drag him out of bed, and so it's kind of a whole change of pace for everybody in the house. And it's still August, so that's how we roll up here in New Hampshire, apparently.
All good, my friend. All good.
Yep. What's up with you? What's up with you, Booger?
Other than the fact that my Skype won't allow me to see you, I don't know why.
You're not missing anything.
Yeah, that's okay. Today's my daughter's birthday, so happy birthday to Natalia, who's now 12.
Oh, wow.
And congratulations. Happy birthday. Come listen to me and your Uncle Tommy talk about Kiss.
Ew.
Man. It's actually come listen to us vent about Kiss.
That's what today will be. Yep.
Oh, yeah. So we are doing a Talk to Me 2 episode, which will be a recurring theme we'll do probably annually. But before we do that, we like to go back and circle back to what we did last week. First, what did we do for polls?
So our polls last week. So let's start with the Thursday poll. So the Thursday poll last week was a Monster versus Sonic Boom poll, and it was Modern Day Delilah versus Hell or Hallelujah. And something different. We know the Thursday polls are usually fun polls. The Monday polls are episode related. The Thursday ones are just, people love polls, scrolling through Twitter and seeing something fun to vote on. So what do you think the percentages were on this one? Modern Day Delilah versus Hell or Hallelujah. Good amount of votes on this one too.
I would say 60-40 Modern Day. Yep.
You're close. 64 to 36 Modern Day Delilah. And I'll tell you right now, the people who like Hell or Hallelujah were very, very vehemently like Hell or Hallelujah compared to Modern Day Delilah. I like them both. I personally voted for Modern Day Delilah. I think they're both great songs. I wish they had more songs like that, in their catalog with those last two albums. But, we'll save that for when we do album reviews.
I would say this. I think I like Hell or Hallelujah better.
Yep.
However, I love the solo on Modern Day Delilah.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Yep. Tommy Thayer rips it on that one for sure.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know. Do you want to get into the other poll? I don't think you do.
Why not? Let's do it. Okay. I have nothing to lose.
Okay. So the poll last week was related to our previous episode. It was the Monday poll, and it was one-word song titles. So what we did was we published the both lists, okay, and we had people vote. Well, I came out smoking hot in this one. I won 76 to 24% in the voting. And then the comments were interesting too. So a lot of people, it was funny because like Twisted Kissed Her, Tom by a Country Mile, Zeus ended up with maybe 2 songs that would have ever been in my list. Uncle Paulie, Tommy freaking dominated this draft. Seriously, Zeus, what was up with your last 3 picks? Great episode as always. Thanks, guys. Looking forward to the 3-word song draft that contains at least 36 consonants and 11 vowels. So as you can see, we're getting into the poll and we're getting into last week's episode kind of all combined. So that was the feedback on the poll, which in turn was feedback kind of on the episode as well.
Let me add a couple things on that. I told you I was going to get my ass kicked on this poll.
Yep.
I chose the songs that I wanted to choose. And we talked about it, that each one of us would probably have taken other songs if we just did our own top 12 songs. However, it's draft time.
Right.
And in addition to that, I thought I had a couple people that had my back, but maybe they came in the episode tweets, not the poll tweet.
Yeah, you had a couple. I think we'll get to that. We'll get to that a little bit. Because I think there are a couple comments. The R4 podcast says Tom monkey stomps Zeus this time, and I often side with Zeus on these things. Steve DeWood used his ranking system that we used for the 10 episodes and started scoring. Graham Richley says, I'm giving Zeus the vote. He walks his own path, and the songs he has chosen are all good. Tom has quote-unquote better songs overall, but I am one of those Carnival of Souls haters, so 2 out of the 12 from that piece of shit lose my vote. Jason H. says, even though Zeus has Deuce, which is my all-time favorite Kiss song, Tom has the better all-around list. Ron Page, Tom hands down had the better draft. Our friend Dave Cranston, Tommy Boy in a blowout. Andy, yeah, it's not even close. I would only count a few of Zeus's choices among my favorites. There's more on that too. Let's see. Bill Elam. Both are spectacular, but I think Zeus's has the edge barely. Todd Herrig, Tom for the win. Sorry, Zeus. And then a new Twitter personality emerged known as I Love It Louder.
Okay.
And there's a little suspicion on this, but we'll save that for a separate time, maybe.
And is that another Sonny Pooney burner account?
I don't know. Put it this way: our Twitter investigative staff is working on this right now. He says, lest we forget the newer tracks on Zeus's list, which I have to side with him on. They're pretty great, and for all the love we give everyone else, the Tommy Thayer tracks are awesome, just not one-word titles. Darren, Dracula Lizard. Tom had all great choices except Hooligan. Terrible song.
Someone agrees.
Someone agrees with you. So that's feedback from Twitter on the poll and episode feedback as well.
Awesome.
Got anything from Facebook about last week?
Yeah, so I have some Facebook stuff here, Tom. Sean McNair, it seems like he's giving us a little shit. You said you weren't sure if you had a draft where you took Gene's songs the first 4 picks. Didn't you have an all Gene makeup draft? Yeah, no shit, Sean. No offense.
Exactly.
No shit. What the fuck? Daniel Peoples, haven't listened yet, but this seems like it might be Gene heavy. It was. David Zanet, listening, boomerang all day. And then Mike Panulo, I'm going to go with Odyssey. Ew.
Oh, God, I hope he's joking. Nobody can be that serious.
Yeah, so that's some of our feedback that we've gotten over on this episode, Tom. Kiss drafts are always fun, and I thought this one was a pretty good one.
Absolutely. Yep. No, and people get into it because they love making their own picks, and they love shitting on ours or saying what they like and don't like about them. So always a good time.
Yeah. So let's go and move over to Kiss World. What's going on there?
All right. So really nothing going on right now, and we're going to cover that a little bit. But the news this week, it was Gene's 71st birthday. Excuse me, his 71st birthday, and our buddy Paul Stanley decided to actually acknowledge the existence of another human being on his Twitter page, and he gave a very heartfelt tweet. He said, "Happiest of birthdays to my brother Gene. They say you can't pick your family, but you and I did, and we did great. Time tells all, and our bond is forever. Make today extra special." That's wonderful, except for the godforsaken picture he chose to add to the tweet, where Paul is modeling his Animalize Puma shoes, his Animalize girly pouch bag, in his urban sombrero. And Gene looks like, look, we love them, but come on, you couldn't have put a picture of you guys like in makeup, like rocking out, with your guitars or something, but whatever.
This picture would get a lot of likes, retweets, and Paul is pitching his personal products.
Of course.
The Paul Stanley Pumas and the Paul Stanley bag there.
His little, yeah. I carry a purse.
Yeah. His little fanny pack.
And don't forget, Gene Simmons in that picture has his Moneybag soda hat on too, so it's logos galore.
Yeah. His urban sombrero that he picked up from Elaine Bennis at the Peterman store.
Yep. And then other news, I don't know if this is news, but our buddy Vinnie Vincent is back. Now, we've talked about this before. He has the event in October. We've talked about that. But now it's going to be an intimate party where he records and releases a DVD. Okay? So here is the big episode or the big issue with this. The Let Freedom Rock bash, whatever he calls it, will be professionally filmed, edited, and released as a documentary DVD of these two very special days in October, 17th and 18th. Vinnie Vincent performances will be filmed live along with a filmed collage of guest interaction from the Legion and Euphoria members. Those are the KISS Facebook groups, I think, who kind of guard the guardians of the gate for Vinnie Vincent. It's at a small.
What do you do for a living?
I'm in charge of monitoring Vinnie Vincent's fandom.
Sir, you're a grown man. You're online monitoring Vinnie Vincent's Facebook group. And I'm paid for this, sir. No.
I don't understand. I'm not a Vinnie Vincent diehard, so I don't understand why those Facebook groups are called Legion and Euphoria. I'm sure somebody out there can help us with that. I don't get that at all.
They're like auxiliary policemen, these people.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right?
Pretty much.
Volunteer firemen.
Yeah.
For the Vinnie Vincent toxic face groups out there.
Pretty much. So it's going to be at a small venue. It's at 50% capacity by order of the mayor. So reserve your ticket and place in rock and roll video history now. Go ahead.
I'm still stuck on that, Tom.
What?
So what do? They're like, alert. There is a Sonny Booney fucking burner account trying to get access to the Facebook page.
Put it this way. Those people, they're the exact people who would be flipping out that we're laughing about this incident right now on our podcast. They'd be putting out a hit on us.
Okay.
So
fucking Sonny and his burner accounts. We must stop him.
So it says this will be an intimate party where every guest will be captured on film, their thoughts, opinions, voices, conversations, style, and excitement against the backdrop of one of the most perilous moments in U.S. history. Now I'm lost. Now, so Let Freedom Rock. Are you going to be showing like Full Metal Jacket in the background? Like, what he's going to be showing Born on the 4th of July or something.
Show Full Metal Jacket with the staff gunner. He's going to be fucking yelling at him.
What's your name, fat body?
Are you from Texas? God damn it. Where are you from, boy?
I admire your honesty. Hell, I like you. You can come over to my house and fuck my sister.
Oh, God.
Could you imagine him in Vinnie Vincent as one of Private Joker? Who's that person right next to you? I'm Private Vincent, sir.
You're so ugly you could be a modern art masterpiece.
Good God, where the fuck do you come from? Private Vincent in the middle of Full Metal Jacket.
Private Cusano. Oh, man. We're going to get in trouble for this.
Private Cusano? What is that? Is that a jelly donut in your...
Because you are a disgusting fat body, Private.
Oh, we're going to get in trouble.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Is that a pantsuit that you're wearing right now? Private Cusano.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Do you suck dicks?
Sir, no, sir.
Are you a Peter Puffer?
Sir, no, sir.
I'll bet you're the kind of guy that would fuck a person in the ass and not even have the goddamn common courtesy to give him a reach around. I'll be watching you.
What is your major malfunction? Private fucking Fury, whatever else this nickname he has.
Mick Fury. Oh God! All right,
This is my guitar. Others have one just like it, but this one is mine.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Right.
Oh, okay. No, but wait, it gets better. The very special Let Freedom Rock Bash will be a catered affair with plenty of spirits available.
Is fucking Joycey gonna be there? Hey, is there a mixer going on in there?
I'll have a Cusano teeny on the rocks, please. Oh, oh no, go ahead.
Just get a Long Island Boys Are Gonna Rock tea, please.
It's time to rock and feel good again. And most of all, we need to come together to celebrate life, liberty, and freedom. Oh, it gets better. If for any reason, COVID or otherwise, dictate the cancellation of the event, everyone will be immediately refunded their ticket price upon notice. So he's already got the built-in cancellation.
You're out of fucking shit luck. Sorry.
Again, this will be the first recorded video release of a live Vinnie Vincent performance since 1988. Don't miss your chance to not only be a part of rock and roll history, but to be in the documentary itself. Let's see. But capacity is small and limited, so reserve your tickets this weekend at vinnievincent.com. Payment must be received by, and the date has passed by the time you listen to this podcast. Although the funny thing about that, I have a feeling your admission will be accepted because it's $500 a person to go to this thing.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Well, Private Cusano has outdone himself with this one, huh?
Unbelievable. I mean, I don't know. I mean, people keep holding out that this event's going to happen, but the fact that he has COVID-19 or otherwise forces a cancellation, there's like zero chance this is going to happen.
And zero chance you're going to get your money back.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
What else happened with Vinny?
Yes. And it's funny too, because this whole thing started out as the Let Freedom Rock, bash thing that we just talked about. But recently there was a new poster for this event, or, poster or whatever you want to call it. And it now says Vinnie Vincent Eric Carr tribute. And it's got a picture of Vinnie with Eric. Now, we tagged Eric Carr, the official Twitter page that is run and monitored by his family. They have not commented on it, so we were anxious to see if they knew about it. Carrie Stevens, who obviously is involved with Eric Carr's family, she commented and said that she knows nothing about this. I don't know what this is about. Now, everything I just read in terms of the details, that's from Vinnie Vincent's official website, and it mentions none of the Eric Carr tribute. So yeah. I don't know if this is something extra, something added. I don't know, but I find it increasingly odd, and I'm anxious to see what that means, an Eric Carr tribute. Are you just going to play songs from Creatures of the Night, Lick It Up, or like, I don't know.
It seems to me distasteful.
Absolutely. It's I think it's a way to try to attract more people. Be like, oh, you're doing Eric Carr? Okay, now I'll go.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't know.
Let's wait and see what the Carr family says about this. Does he have a right to do like, hey, I'm going to pay tribute to Eric and I'm going to talk about stories about Eric Carr and this, that? Yeah, he has a right to, but like, who the fuck are you to do that? Did you ask the family if you can do something like that? Like, it's ridiculous.
Right. But like you said, I mean, technically he doesn't have to ask anybody, but why even, it just looks like a grab.
Especially when you're monetizing it too.
That's exactly what I was just going to say. When you're monetizing this in order to try to increase the chances of ticket sales or something. But like, what's the tribute going to be? Like, are you going to play songs from Lick It Up. I mean, you guys, they weren't officially on any albums other than Lick It Up, So, I mean, they toured together, obviously, but the whole thing is just bizarre. It's just very weird. And it's weird that this is not mentioned on the Vinnie Vincent website as well.
Did you say bizarre and Vinnie Vincent in the same sentence?
Good point. You're right. You are right.
Yes.
Anyway.
So that's kind of what's going on. I mean, there's really nothing else going on, which is going to kind of be the topic of this episode.
Yeah.
But before we get into the episode, it gets a little hot and heavy here around here. And all this Vinny talk. Oof. It's getting a little spicy here. We're talking about all this Vinny stuff. So, we go for that. Yeah. We go to adamandeve.com because free stuff is awesome, but free stuff to spice up the bedroom is even better. Select almost any one item for 50% off, and then Adam and Eve loads on the free stuff. Use promo code Loudcast at checkout and get 10 tantalizing free gifts. A sexy item for him, special gift for her, and a third item you will both enjoy. And those 6 free spicy movies and free shipping. Promo code Loudcast at adamandeve.com. So what we're going to do this week, it's unusual, especially for some of the new listeners. Maybe about over a year ago, we did what we called Talk to Me. And it was kind of like an open discussion between me and Zeus, where we talk about kind of big things that are going on in Kiss World that we have a lot to say about, that are more than just little news items that would fit into the news segment. So people that listen to this show, we know that we've kind of created a new character called Pandemic Paul, and we talk about him each week. We talk about his tweets and his pictures, and we kind of wanted to just spend a little bit of time on here, kind of purge our emotions about what is going on with Paul, the band, and what they're doing for their fans or lack thereof during the whole pandemic and what lies ahead, especially when you compare them to some other big artists and what they've been doing since the pandemic started. So we wanted to just spend some time kind of just having a conversation about this and like I said, kind of airing of the grievances, if you want to put it that way, in a Seinfeld reference.
Yeah. So we did Talk to Me last year, and it was kind of a spontaneous thing because we were, things were getting on our nerves, and we had to feel like the need to rant. Last year, our rant was about Stewart, I believe, and the guy that we just talked about, Vinnie Vincent, who was acting all strange. And we just felt it, instead of little bits and pieces here and there, let's just hit it. Let's just get this all out of our system. And so we, this stuff has been building up for some time. You guys actually been giving us some good feedback that you enjoy us ranting about certain things. Now, we always got to put the caveat out there that, look, we love the band. We love Paul Stanley. We love and stuff. It's like family. Because it's family, it comes from a good place. So we got to get it off our chest. There are things that are bothering us. And as fans, we want to discuss it because we think other people care about this stuff. And we just want to get it out of our system so we're not bitching about this all the time, even though we probably will. And so we had 2 topics we had to come up with, and they were quite easy. Number 1 would be the pandemic and COVID-19 and what's Kiss doing during this time or lack thereof. And then part 2 is the person who unfortunately has now been nicknamed Pandemic Paul. And let's get that out of our system. So let's start with the band and COVID-19 and what they've been up to during this time, Tom.
Yeah. So like Zeus said, we do this podcast and, we always do the disclaimer for in case there's any new listeners out there, whatever. All of this comes from like a place of passion. We don't want to come on here and have to bitch about the band we love, but they've put themselves in a position where passionate fans like us, and I'm sure a lot of you out there, are like, what are you doing here to keep us entertained? Your tour has been postponed. The Kiss cruise has been postponed. everything that we look forward to as Kiss fans has been postponed. You know, there's no news. There's nothing going on. What are you doing? You're not doing anything. You're not doing anything. And I did a little bit of research, and I did this not necessarily so that I could just completely and totally, dump on Kiss, which is what we're going to do here. But I did it as a comparison so that people can see what other big bands have been doing during this, and what they've already done or what they have scheduled to have done, within the next coming months. Zeus.
Good. Let's hear about it. You have some good stuff.
Okay, so I've said over the past couple weeks, pretty much every Monday throughout this virus, Metallica was doing a thing called Metallica Mondays, I think it was called, or mandatory Metallica. I can't recall the exact thing. And what they were doing was every Monday, and they would post it on all their social medias to get everybody excited. They would stream a concert on their YouTube channel for free. And it would be a concert from all eras, early on in the 80s, stuff from the 2000s, Woodstock show, whatever. And they would hype it up on their Facebook and Twitter, and it would keep the Metallica fan base engaged and excited and like, holy shit, I can't believe you're showing the show from 1992 when you were doing the Black Album or whatever. And it was just a really great way to keep people energized. We talked about what Metallica is also doing, and you can bash them all you want, but they're doing that drive-in, that concert. Another thing that is extremely creative based on the handcuffs per se that they have on them as artists, that they want to tour stadiums. They don't want to have to do this, but they want to do something for their fans. Right, Zeus? I mean, that's what Metallica loves their fans, and they take care of them.
No, I sounds like they got creative. Like it or not, at least they're doing something.
Yep. So then I looked online, and I've been kind of keeping track of, like I said, things that have already happened and things that are scheduled to happen. So far, you've had bands like Pearl Jam, Foo Fighters, John Bon Jovi, Elton John, REM, a variety of country artists, including Blake Shelton. They have all done things either on YouTube or live stream events. Now, these are just the big artists, okay? Yeah. They have either done things via their YouTube page or actual live stream events. Mm-hmm. There are other things that have been going on. The Monterey Jazz Festival. I'm not into a lot of the modern jazz, but that is a huge event that's going to be live streamed. iHeartRadio is their music festival being live streamed. Lollapalooza in July, it was live streamed. They held a festival like they normally would in person. All these other bands, small bands, big bands, all these festivals and events, they're streaming them on their websites. They're streaming them on their social medias, or they're streaming them on their YouTube channels. And I just don't understand. The more I see this, the more that Zeus and I get frustrated and say, how fucking easy would it be for Kiss to do this?
Yeah. Kiss does not require much. A sit-down Q&A, live, a commentary about an old concert, or, Friday night Kiss Vault, pulling something out. Obviously, we know they have something. They have all this material and stuff, but yet they don't do it. It's frustrating because I think Kiss's fan base is probably the most eager and loyal, and they will spend the money if you put something else new. But to me, I think they're like, and it gets back to the stuff that, they've earned their reputation. Why do work when I can just tell the fucking company or the record company is just going to put 35-year anniversary episode of the day that Gene took a shit on the floor. Okay, this one's in gold. Oh, this one's in orange. Oh, here's a vinyl copy of it. Let's just keep selling this shit out. And Kiss fans eat it up. But nothing new and original. It's the same old shit. New fucking cover or new stuff, but it's nothing different. And until there's some sort of a boycott, which would never happen, or some sort of epiphany, or somebody gets to them and tells them, look, dude, you're not doing shit for. Now they might come back and say, we don't have to. We've been doing this for fucking 50 years almost. We've done a lot for these fans. I don't want to do more. then say it. Then say, we're tired and we want to rest up for the end of the road. We're just not going to do anything. But to kind of just let it sit out there and just re-release LPs and put those out there. 50th anniversary, 30th anniversary, 35th anniversary. Here's the new orange covered album of Dynasty. Here's this. Like, come on. I know you vinyl people love that shit. I don't. Doesn't do anything for me. So go ahead.
Yeah, you're right. And I will admit I'm one of those suckers. I buy all the Kiss shit. I'm a collector. I buy all the vinyl, the double platinum stuff, the unmasked splatter 40th anniversary, whatever the hell you want to call it. And you're right. Have they earned that right? Yeah, but that's really no way to go through life as an artist. Well, I've earned my right to not give you what you want. I mean, that doesn't really make it cool. And like we've said before, how easy would it be? Hey, tonight on Kiss's YouTube page, they're going to show 1975 Winterland concert. Even if you want to charge 99 cents to watch it or something, for Christ's sake, our social media pages, we do a Flashback Friday. They don't even do that.
Yeah. Make the two monkeys you have working for you. I'm sorry. I mean, make Tommy and Eric go and host these things. Or tell them they're paid members of KISS. Make them do some shit for the fans.
Yep.
Maybe they do it once a week and then you come on once a month. Give us something.
And not
do
to
something original.
And not to mention who produced the Second Coming DVD. Tommy Thayer was instrumental in putting that together. You're going to tell me that guy couldn't edit something? You know what would be amazing? And again, we're wishful thinking because we're diehards. We have a fucking podcast about this band. Why not put together? You are not touring for another year. Why not put out a DVD of the End of the Road Tour Part 1? Why not? Behind the scene.
Too many people are going to point out where Paul is lip singing.
Bingo. You're right. It was a rhetorical question. That's exactly why it's not going to happen.
That's
You're
why.
right. You're right.
Because there are fucking shitheads out there that think they love KISS and then put videos out there and break it down and take fucking lasers and start going, look, this is where he's lip syncing right here. And then they wonder why they all this shit blows up. I don't fucking get them. That's another rant for a different show. That fucking shit pisses me off. This is my favorite band, but I'm going to do a video where I'm fucking showing that it's all fake and go to painful detail, excruciating detail, showing you that he's fucking lip syncing. And as I say that, I'm thinking, shit, does that make us hypocrites because we're shitting on him too right now?
It's funny you say that because I was just thinking that to myself. No, because what we're shitting on is we're shitting on the band's lack of involvement with the fan base. We're not shitting on the product. We're not shitting on the product. We love the band. We love the concert.
Except if it's Shandy or Unmasked.
Oh, exactly. Okay, that. But we're shitting on their lack of involvement with the fan base because we want more from them. Like you said, we're not doing like a Zapruder film of Paul singing, Heaven's on Fire and how the backing tracks aren't synced up to his vocals or whatever, even if that's true. Point.
So we should say and give him credit for a little bit. Paul was doing some stuff.
Good jumping off point. Go ahead.
So Paul was doing some stuff. He sang a little. I think he got some really shit feedback. And I think it's bullshit that he did. Who gives a fuck? I thought he was fine. But he got some shit feedback. And next thing you know, he's doing Hotter Than Hell without singing the song. And he's only playing the music to it. I mean, what the fuck? You don't think that's not influence from all the negative shit? Congratulations, assholes. You just ruined it for the rest of us. Now they don't do any of that stuff. So he's like, well, why the fuck should I do this if everyone's going to nitpick me?
It's a great point. And I hear other people talking about this too. It's like KISS fans are their fucking their own worst enemies. Yeah. Where it's like, how come Paul Stanley won't do anything? Well, here he is. He's doing an acoustic Q&A. Oh, yeah, but his voice is fucking terrible. Yeah. Well, guess what? Now he's not doing it anymore. Yeah. Like you said. And when he started with those were like a pleasant surprise. It was like, holy shit, like getting in the mind of Paul, like talking about songs and the background of lyrics and where he was when he was right. Like, this is awesome. He did a couple of them. They were different. And then all of a sudden, boom, it was like a light switch went off. They just stopped.
Yeah, because all the negative fucks came out and was saying what a bad job he was doing. I didn't think it was that bad.
I didn't think it was bad at all. But what are the amount of negative people as opposed to the amount of people like me and you who are like, oh, did you check out that video with Paul when he was like you're gonna let a few people, or even like what, a few thousand, whatever, dictate the fact that you stop doing something really interesting?
But I thought he doesn't care what other people think.
Oh, it's the exact opposite. The most thin-skinned person on planet Earth when it comes to that, and it's too bad.
Yeah, and it's just the feedback and the shit that they get. But then again, you switch it over. Fine, we'll get into Paul. Why isn't Gene doing anything? He usually loves this stuff. He'll ham it up, ask questions. You want to look up Gene Simmons interviews? He's got a fucking 1,000 of them on YouTube, like playful interviews where he talks about you, the fan. You can. Why isn't he doing anything more right now? Talk about songs. Go through a catalog. This week, I'm going to discuss all the songs on Harder Than Hell. I'm going to break it down and just. Yeah, I like, mainline, but I'm not a big fan of All the Way. I thought, when I did this, like, why aren't you talking about shit like that? We would eat that up all day.
You know how you keep your fan base kind of entertained and excited and interested? You do what Bruce Kulick has been doing from day one. That guy's social media, first of all, we love Bruce. But he has been doing amazing things, interesting things. He kind of tapered off a little bit with some of the guitar stuff that he was doing, but he's still doing videos. He did a Q&A video, which was awesome.
Well, obviously, because he had loss of his brother in the middle of all that.
That's true. No, you're right. That's true.
So the thing with Bruce is, you could say, though, because Bruce needs to be in the limelight, because if he doesn't work for that, he won't be in the limelight. Versus Gene and Paul, they don't need it. But I'm just being devil's advocate. Paul and Gene, I expect more from him.
Yeah. And I'm wondering too, if it's getting to the point where maybe it's an age thing. I mean, like, Gene is 71. Like, that's not young. I mean, he looks great when he's on stage. He looks great when he's in his pictures with his family and his wife and everybody, and they're having a great time. Maybe he's just like, you know what? I'm using this time to just recharge. And I don't know what these people want from me. Like you said, we'll put out some shirts and some vinyl, and that's it.
Yeah, and they'll have a discussion about, like, oh, we got 50 new products in line to come out soon, and you'll be getting these new Kiss. No one gives a fuck. People will buy them because they're collectors, but they would rather hear you play a new song or talk about the music that you have played or put out a video performance or something like that. That's what they would prefer to do. Just because you put out the fucking shitty Kiss products and people buy them doesn't mean that's what they would prefer. They'll take what they can get. Give more.
And I think the thing, too, that kind of led to this discussion and this idea was that Kiss sticks out like a sore thumb so badly with this. When you see what all these other artists are doing on their social media in terms of keeping the fans entertained with, like I said, with whether it's a live stream or a YouTube or a Q&A or some kind of in-home concert or something. And like we always talk about what Jericho has been doing with Quarantine, doing like unbelievable recordings, and they're all in different places.
He's also the hardest working man probably in show business.
Exactly.
He's got a million fucking projects going, AEW or movies, or did a Saturday special and jumping on these side bands, having a new album coming out for Fozzy.
He's touring this fall. Fozzy's touring. I mean,
he's trying to do as much as he can. You can say, well, he needs to, or because Kiss, he has a pretty decent life. He doesn't need to work this hard. Right. He enjoys it, and he likes his fans to do it, and good for him. And I get the other ones are bigger. They're on a higher plane, or bigger stars and stuff like that. But come on, guys. Come on. Put some effort. Put something out there that can reasonably entice some of your long-time fans. Because what you're doing right now is now, I've said to you, we talked about this, and I think actually we mentioned this on previous episodes. I think that the best thing they should be doing for the future is a Kiss app.
Absolutely.
And a Kiss app, which is maybe $5 a month. All their videos are on this app. All their home live stuff is on there. Their discography is on there. Every song you could ever want, it's right there at your fingertips. And you pay $5-10 a month, whatever it is. Live interviews, people from in the band's history have interviews you can go to. Like WWE has the $9.95 app. Why don't you do it for Kiss fans? You don't think Kiss fans would buy into that? But you better fucking load it up, not just, for $9.95 a month, you can get these new Kiss emojis. You know what I mean?
Right.
But a Kiss app, maybe they're thinking long term, that's what we want to do. So I don't want to put out videos right now of this stuff when we're just going to be putting it on an app. I don't know.
But you're right. And I think that's another source of frustration is that why not take so many people, so many professional people, whether it's singers, artists, performers, or professional people, they're trying to take advantage of this pandemic to be creative in new ways and maybe find new outlets to entertain or new ways to get their word out or their product out.
Mm-hmm.
And, it breaks my heart to say this, but I don't want to say that Kiss doesn't care. But how else can you come to any other conclusion by saying, they just don't care? I think you're right. I mean, I acknowledge I'm a sucker for Kiss products. I'm a collector. I always have been, whether it's vinyl or some fucking Gene Simmons friggin' pencil clip or something. You know what I mean? But you just got to wonder why aren't you doing that? And I think that's the thing too. Like Paul and Gene really aren't even doing like interviews with anybody. Like they're not doing like any streams where they're talking to people. I know Paul Stanley did that John Bonamassa thing and it was extremely awkward. He did that thing with Richard Marx, which was extremely awkward. In my opinion, it was awkward. I don't know what you thought about him, but those came and went. Gene Simmons did something that was awesome with Ambassador Scott Brown, previous guest on Shout It Out Loudcast. That was entertaining. But the pandemic's been going on since March. We're going into Labor Day weekend soon. And you just got to wonder, where is their mind at? Like we said, the Kiss cruise is postponed. The tour is postponed. There's nothing on the Kiss calendar for a year.
Yeah. So, Tom, I think about this out loud. It's like they go to either what they want to do because they don't need to do anything right now, or they kind of try to get away with what they'd like and think the fans will go along. So Gene, to me, Gene's focus has always been on business. If he's not doing music, he's probably got a million projects that he's overlooking, different things. I've heard that toilet plungers are the future. I'm going to corner the market. Get your new Gene Simmons from Kiss toilet plunger. He's probably got business stuff that he's doing. So now that he's not in Kiss, he'll focus on that stuff because he enjoys doing business. Paul, on the other hand, wants you to believe that he's a serious Renaissance man. And we'll get into that stuff because he'll be the next topic. But Paul wants you to realize that he's a soul singer and that he's an artist. You can buy his paintings, or that he listened to classical music when he was a child. And so that's what he's pushing on us. Neither of the two are pushing Kiss on us. And it's almost like they're kind of like telling us, yeah, you got into it. You got into this. By this is what got us. I'm on this guy. So now I don't need you. I'm going to do this. Well, it's kind of bullshit. It's like the fucking Chris Gaines CD for Garth Brooks. I became the biggest country music / pop music superstar because this is my formula and this is what I do. Oh yeah? Now I'm going to become a separate character and do different music. And let's see how that works. Yeah. It worked exactly how it was going to work. So I've been in Kiss. You know me for 50 years. I'm the Starchild. I'm doing this. Oh yeah? I'm going to do an album of soul music when I'm 70, close to 70.
And I think you've hit the nail on the head. I think you could sum up those feelings by saying they've taken advantage of their fan base. Yeah. They know that we're going to be here. They know that we're going to sit tight and wait for the Kiss cruise. We're going to sit tight and wait for the Kiss tour. We got our tickets. We didn't ask for a refund. We're taking the rescheduled date for August of 2021. And we're going to go and we're probably going to buy $50 t-shirts. And, they know that. And that's the thing that's upsetting is that obviously bands are in the business to entertain, but they're also in the business of making money because that's their lifeblood. But you don't want to be a cynical fan of your band. That's just ugly. You don't want that. I know nowadays it's very easy to be that way with social media when everybody's nickel and diming everything and everything they say and do. Before it was just like, oh, look at this new album, I'm going to get this. Now it's like, oh, did you read this article in the Wall Street Journal about Paul Stanley? And it's like, fuck him. So, it has changed everybody's mind about bands and how they entertain and interact. But you still want that kind of that innocence, that relationship of fan and band. And it just seems like Kiss is like, like you said, I'm good. I'm good. I got nothing to offer right now.
Have you seen our Facebook pages and stuff and Twitter stuff? There are people that no matter what Paul does or says, they're going to be like, oh, you're the greatest. Oh, you're so smart. Oh, this is so awesome. Look, I fucking made a bologna sandwich. Oh my God. That's the greatest bologna. Oh, can you come and cook for me and my family and make a bologna sandwich?
Oh, Paul, it reminds me when I was a kid, I had bologna sandwiches all the time. I'm so glad you posted that picture of your bologna sandwich.
I'm not gonna stand here and listen to this baloney.
He won't, He doesn't stand for baloney.
Like, but you're right. And with all due respect, this is going to kind of segue a little bit here. You get fans like us that love the band, that are passionate about the band, but we're not dummies. We're like, something's not right. What are you guys doing? And then other people like, oh, what a wonderful Corvette that was, Paul. It's look at that bike. Where did you buy that? That thing's amazing. It's just like that. Why? You are the kind of people that they know exist. Now, again, we exist too. Obviously, we exist too.
They're the stereotypical Kiss fans. They're like parodies of themselves. Oh, where did you make that? Oh, is that pasta? Oh, pasta? Wow.
Fantastic. A towel?
Yep.
The car stuff. Reminds me of the guy when I was younger. Guy, I was at Tony's Pizza in East Arlington and walked in, and some guy walks up to the owner and goes, hey, man, is that your car? That car is bad. That car is fresh. That car is the best. Where'd you get that car? That's people to Paul Stanley. Is that your Corvette, man? That car is bad. That car is fresh. Like, come the fuck on. Really?
Bam!
Hello?
Yo, what's up? I want you to hear my rap album.
Uh-huh.
Yo, what's up? My name is Curly G Cradle Rock.
Uh-huh.
Yo, I got some good music. I want to come down there. Yo, bam! I want you to play that.
Like,
I know.
And so let's we've obviously kind of talked about the lack of any Kiss stuff out there right now for us. So let's segue into what's probably more annoying than that. It's not only just they're not doing anything, but one of the members of Kiss, what he's doing is just driving us all nuts, at least for me and you and a lot of our other Kiss friends and family out there. But, what's probably just as annoying is there are other people that no matter how annoying he is, they're like, oh, we love you. Oh, you're so handsome. You're the greatest. Give me a fucking break, you bunch of sheep. He's fucking putting pictures up like of pasta bowls. Like, that's what I want for my Starchild. Okay, once in a while, God bless you. He wants to do it good. But not when you haven't done shit for music and everything is now always about making everybody feel like he's the smartest person in the room. He's the most eloquent. He's the Renaissance man. He's the most educated. He has the most feelings. He's the most empathetic. It's nonsense. It's fucking poor. It doesn't reflect good on him. This is like, there are times I see what he's saying. It doesn't seem sincere. It seems like this is an image that I want to portray. I'm a serious person and you need to respect me. Okay, there, fucking. I'm
laughing because you just said serious person. This is not a serious person right now.
I wrote Radar for Love. I'm a serious person.
Well, Sonny thinks he's a serious person because that's Sonny's favorite song off Asylum.
Oh. Hey, Sonny Cooney, what a piece of shit that guy is now.
But you're right. You know what? You bring up a good point. What's more annoying, having your favorite artist do nothing or having your favorite artist do this?
Yeah, transform into a fucking new character.
You're right. And we've said this before. We've kind of hinted at a little bit. He's taking this time to reinvent himself. That he is now, people like, do you guys follow that guy, Paul Stanley? His tweets are like amazing. He's from Kiss? That's what Paul Stanley wants to hear. He wants to hear that there are people out there who are like, yeah, don't worry about that band I was in where I wear makeup and, dance around with no shirt on. No, I'm an artist. I'm a serious musician. I comment on serious political and human interest stories. Like, that's what I do. And let me just say this. That's fine. You can do all that. But it would help if you did a little bit of what put you in the position to do that stuff, which is Kiss.
Yeah. And when you do act this way, you're the same idiot that was just fucking doing videos on Kiss Confidential, talking about fat chicks and, show us your tits and insulting British fucking travel guides on a tour bus. You're the same jackass that was supposedly hanging out with a chimp and 15 girls in your bed and Kiss Exposed. You're the same bozo that fucking wrote, I don't know, name the song, Bang Bang You, Tom. So it's okay to have a couple different sides, but don't try to act like you're different and you're this person that you're just not. And everything is about, how do I come across as being an important person? Look at my educated text and look at my tweets. And I'm going to comment on today's issues. Look, you're not Bruce Springsteen. You're not Bono. You're not creating relief for Africa. You're not doing any of this shit. You never have before. And am I saying you're banned from doing that stuff? No, but it's just not. It's not believable.
It's just transparent. It just looks phony. And it's been about over 2 weeks since he posted something Kiss related. And it's interesting because he posted a picture of the shirt that he wore back in 1973. He said, still looks perfect. And I thought you might like to see it. History. Yes, Paul, we would like to see it. That's a cool thing to tweet. That's a cool thing to keep your fans like, oh my God, I've never seen that shirt before. Oh, I don't remember that. But then he goes and retweets Nancy Pelosi. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And then he goes and retweets things, about, the Nazis and the Germans. And like, okay, I get that, Paul. I know that you have a background in that, and that you and Gene are very sensitive to the issues with Jewish people. That's fine. I'm not critiquing you on that per se. I'm critiquing on your choice to mix in your social media feed with very sad to hear of the passing of Frankie Banali. That was awful. Happy birthday, Robert Plant, all this stuff. And then you go and retweet Nancy Pelosi, which like Zeus said, of course, you're not banned from doing that. You can do whatever you want, but it just looks fake. That's never been you. You said it perfectly, Zeus. You're not Bruce Springsteen. You're not Neil Young. You're not Bono. You're not an artist that has been involved in socio-political issues since day one. You've been the exact opposite.
Yeah, and matter of fact, you have videos that we've had, home videos, where you talk about other artists doing that, and it sounds phony, and you kind of insulted them and implied that they don't know what they're talking about, and nobody wants to hear from them. But all of a sudden now, I'm the Renaissance man.
Yep.
I dress like a magician, and I have long hair that blows in the wind. So all of a sudden, I'm to be important person, to be respected. But I don't mind the political stuff. I just mind the fucking phoniness that it's hypocritical. Now, you also touched on another part, and we've talked about this a few times. So he puts the big thing in there about Quiet Riot's former drummer, Frankie Banali, dying, right?
Yep.
Where's the one that for Bob Kulick? Where's the one for anniversary of Eric Carr's passing? Where's the one for J.R. Smallings? Who else has passed away? There was somebody else that passed away recently.
God, I can't remember.
Okay.
I can't recall.
Regardless. All these other people have passed that are in the Kiss family and Kiss community. Have you ever heard him put anything very tender or emotional or thought-provoking about any of the members of the Kiss family?
No.
He didn't even acknowledge these people.
No, we talked about that, how he's emotionally detached from a lot of that stuff. He doesn't want to really acknowledge and talk about those things. But you can tell that it's, and I think this is the thing that brings us to this kind of discussion about his ability to, to wish a happy birthday to a certain person or to send condolences to a certain person, but not another. I think those specific things highlight the fact that there's something behind the scenes that makes him that where he's upset or he's angry at something, because a normal person would be sending condolences to anybody who's been a part of their life. No, you wouldn't just cherry pick people. Like, I'm going to send my condolences to Frankie Banali and his family, but I'm not going to send my condolences to maybe the 5th, the 6th, 7th most important person in history, and that's Bob Kulick. I'm just going to not do that. So we said this when Bob first passed. That highlights the fact that you're being a little spiteful, and as an adult, I'm making that judgment call because I have no other judgment to make other than that. Because how can you do A but not B?
He wrote a book, his second book, basically telling people, this is how I do things, and this is how you should do things, because I do this and I'm successful in what I do. And telling people, oh, I move on. Don't let things bother you. Meanwhile, I'm going to throw every little spiteful jab at Peter Criss anytime I can. I'm going to not acknowledge people because they've insulted me at some point in the past. It's just, obviously this guy's got fucking major issues. Through all the books we've read and all the stuff we've done recently, Tom, it's quite clear. Even the book we just did when we did Sean Delaney's Hellbox, there's a small section in there where Sean talks about that basically Paul was under the guidance of his shrink who ran their finances for a while. And if he withdrew his services, Paul would be an emotional wreck.
Right.
He's fucking he's got major issues. And unfortunately, it's come to fruition during this downtime. I guess maybe the Starchild on stage gives him that release.
I think you're right.
And gets him to feel confident about himself and that he's important and that he's loved. And when he doesn't have that, then he needs to get some sort of validation, some sort of affection, somebody tell him how awesome he is. And the way to do that is to put enlightened tweets out there and to get involved and tell people this and that and do interviews where you talk about, I grew up with classical music in the household. I went and saw jazz musicians. I went and saw early rock and roll classic bands. I'm not, I didn't write fucking Read My Body. It's just.
Well, the thing is, and you're hitting on something here too, but the psychology of artists in general are not only people who want to perform and entertain, but the psychology of that is also that they want adulation. So they can't get it from their friends or their family or whoever. So they get up on stage, they play an instrument, and you have 5,000, 10,000, 50,000 people cheering you, singing along, and that's great. There's nothing wrong with that. But you're right, when those lights go off and you step off that stage and you take that makeup off and you put your guitar away, you're just Paul Stanley, and he hasn't been on stage since March. So now he's just Paul Stanley. He's not the Starchild. He's just a guy that was quote unquote that was in a band. I mean, yeah, he's in Kiss now, They're not doing anything. They haven't done anything for 6 months. They're not going to do anything else for another 10 or 12. So he is trying to find ways to be relevant, and he's finding ways to be relevant in the grand scheme, not in Kiss world. And which is, like you said, why? You don't do that. When you get up on stage, you don't talk politics. You don't get up on stage and take a 10-minute rant in between songs and talk about what's going on in the world or politics or the election. You don't do that, but you're doing it now. So I think that's kind of the issue is like, well, why now?
Yeah, I think the time off, the seclusion, and you're talking about somebody who's probably not a big fan of himself. And he needs other people to tell him how wonderful he is, or he's going to fucking lose it. And, the other part to this is, this sounds bad, but I don't give a fuck about Soul Station. I don't want to know that I'm working on it. The album. First of all, this is the longest fucking album I've ever heard of taking. This thing, he's been working on this thing for like 4 years.
I don't know what's more frustrating. Him pursuing this Soul Station thing, or the people that are like legitimately can't wait for it. I don't get that. We've talked about this briefly before. So because one of my favorite artists is doing something that I have zero interest in, I'm just supposed to magnetically and robotically be attracted to it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, I have no interest in hearing Paul Stanley do his version of Motown stuff. I did less than zero. You put a new Kiss record out, I'll be there in line waiting to buy it on the first day. You put a Kiss unplugged or release a new single, I'll be there immediately. But I get less than zero interest in you doing this.
Well, it's two different things. I like Motown. I like Paul Stanley.
I do too.
I can't put them together. I like hockey. I like Guns N' Roses. But I don't want to fucking watch Axl Rose playing a fucking beer league.
Why not? Why not? But you like both things. How come you don't like both? Why wouldn't you want to do that? That's what these Soul Station people would be yelling at us.
Oh, Axl, who are you playing? Are you playing the fucking the Seattle Giants next week in your fucking beer league? Oh, I hope you do well. Let me know who ends up on the score sheet. Oh, like
now, the more you
fuck.
Now, that being said, if Guns N' Roses did a pay-per-view event of Axl playing hockey, that would be friggin' entertaining as shit.
Come on. Like, I don't give a fuck about them. Oh, I want to watch fucking Rush play in their wiffle ball league tournament. Like,
why not? You like Rush and you like wiffle ball. You automatically should like those two things.
I'm going to watch fucking Geddy Lee paint with his feet. Oh, well, I like painting. I like Rush.
I know. And and that's, and if people listen to this episode and they're like, well, I didn't realize Zeus and Tom were fucking assholes. Well, then you haven't listened to the 85 previous episodes.
Oh, and the fucking bike photos and the close-ups. Like, what'd you say? His fucking photos of Paul doing popping endos. His BMX bike.
He's doing fucking bunny hops on his friggin' GT BMX, on his friggin', his mountain bike.
With his mongoose frame and mushroom grips and fucking on a PK Ripper.
I get my red line with my friggin' with my frame standers so I can do a cherry picker down the street.
And his fucking cut off t-shirt. I'm gonna show Suns Out, Paul Stanley Guns Out.
Oh God.
That fucking close up of that fucking, like, stop doing close-ups. Like, stop.
Who, Crooked Man?
Stop. It's just.
But I think the thing, and we said this, we've mentioned this before too. We're trying to purge ourselves now.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, I don't know. We're recording on Wednesday. For all we know, there could be something that happens tonight that sets us off into space, and you'll probably hear about it in the next episode. But the problem here is, and kind of circle back to what we were talking about. I don't want to believe that this is what we're going to see for the next year. Like, I can't believe that this band is going to be completely inactive with their fans until the tour resumes next year. I don't want to believe that.
Yeah, well, I've got a feeling Pandemic Paul is here until they get on tour again, and unfortunately, we got to get used to it. It's sad. I've got to maybe let's make the prediction. My prediction: nothing's going to change until they go on tour. No new products, no new fun events, and Pandemic Paul is going to be out there preaching his newfound Renaissance ideas. That's not going to change as well. I just got a feeling we're going to have to get used to it. And, gone is the Starchild that we knew before, and now it's Pandemic Paul and his gang of Renaissance men that he wants to be affiliated with.
No, I think you're right. And I think that, like I said, I give credit to Gene occasionally being on social media and trying to, he gets a little serious occasionally, but he seems a little bit more Kiss-centric with some of his things. But Tommy is very, very sporadic, if anything. I don't even know.
Tommy can't do anything. He can't be on social media doing anything. That guy is more tortured than anybody. Fucking Ace rules.
I know.
Yeah, fake,
it's true.
Really, fake Ace. You fucking suck.
It's true. The minute he posts a picture, he gets brutalized, and that's bullshit. Because Zeus and I, this episode might be us kind of airing the grievances here. We love Tommy. We have never ever bashed him for being Ace or wearing the Ace makeup or ripping Ace off or fake Freely. We've never done that. If you've listened to the show, we love every member of this band. We always have. So we've never bashed that. But you're right. Tommy Faye could post a picture. Have a rockin' birthday, Gene Simmons. Fake Ace. It's like, what the fuck, dude? I'm just trying to wish my friend a birthday wish.
Yeah. Fuck you, you fraud. Fuck you. Well, there's instigators. Somebody was putting up shit. They described this person in 2 words.
Oh,
fake Ace, fake Freely, fuck face, fucking dildo. Whatever.
That was bad. One of the best Facebook pages and Twitter pages out there is Kissopolis. If you're not great Kiss stuff. And they were doing a series of describe Gene Simmons in 3 words, and they do like, what's your 3 favorite Gene songs? And they kind of went through all the members. Yeah. And when it came to, I think they did do Tommy. It's like fake fucking Ace. I'm like, oh, like
not Ace Frehley.
It was awful, and I felt bad. I'm like, you guys are such.
I am a fraud and shit like that.
Yeah. It was not good. It was not good, and I don't blame Kissopolis for that because they're Kiss fans like us. They love the band, but you get those toxic fans and the toxic face group people. I'm not going to name names, but that one guy in that Facebook group that constantly posts those unbelievable memes of like. The one of Tommy and Paul riding their bikes like naked, like what are you doing? Like, do you like Kiss or not? I don't get it.
Yeah, and then Eric doesn't get involved in social media. He never has.
Never.
I bet you Tommy would more if he wasn't fucking so tortured.
I know it's true. He just gets bullied galore, and it's just horrible. It's horrible.
Well, anything else you want to get out of your system, Tom?
No, I just I know people are listening to us and want to just say it again kind of in closing is that everything that we say here in between the laughs and the jokes, it comes from a place of frustration with the band that we love. We want more from them. And we know that you do too. And you know what? Maybe the power of social media, we can demand something. Maybe we can gather the masses and ask for another live stream or a Q&A or some kind of video that Paul could do or Gene could do or something. They got the time on their hands to do it. And I know that we would all love to see it. So it'd be great if we could get that, but I'm not too confident about it. So I don't know.
In your prediction, by the time the pandemic's over, are they going to do anything different? And will Pandemic Paul change?
No, nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change. Yeah. Nope. I don't anticipate anything. If anything's a pleasant surprise. I mean, here's the one thing I will say. This year, September, it is going to be the 45th anniversary of Kiss Alive being released. Mm-hmm. That may be the most monumental date in history. Because if it wasn't for that, who knows what the hell would have happened. I really don't want to believe that the band is going to ignore that. I don't know if that means that there'll be some kind of deluxe box set, that there'll be a DVD, that there'll be something, but I don't want to believe in my heart of hearts as a Kiss fan that Paul Stanley is going to be like, Kiss Alive, what a great moment. See ya. Like, you know what I mean?
45 years. Wonderful. I can remember now when we were in the studio. I mean, on the stage recording. So I got a feeling they'll probably send out a new LP, box set, vinyl, something. That's it.
But that would be a great opportunity for them to do something, to acknowledge the album that allowed them to be in existence in 2020, pretty much.
Yeah, but it just seems to me they might have some long-term things in the on the coffers there, like a documentary, remember, and a couple other things.
Yep.
But until those things come out, they're not doing shit. They're not going to try to keep the fans engaged or anything. They're not going to do shit.
You might be right. But let's hope. And we hope you guys, are hoping as well. And like I said, get your voice out there. Gene and Paul are very active on social media. Maybe if we flood their feeds with "We Want Kiss," maybe they'll do something for us. Who knows?
Or maybe like Paul will come by and fix people's backyard fucking swing sets or whatever else he's fucking doing in his time.
I can't. What? Screwdriver Stanley?
Paul the Builder.
Paul the Plumber?
Paul the Builder Stanley.
Oh,
you don't need me to fix your backyard. Ooh, get that seesaw ready. Here I come. Paul
you go up. You go up. Then I go down.
When you like to go up, Kith will go down. Ooh.
Private Cusano, get out of there.
Get up here, fat boy.
Paul Stanley is going to have his own fucking fix-it network.
Like, don't say that.
Tool time with Paul Stanley. Paul, we're in the middle of the South, in the middle of a fucking rainstorm. What are you doing wearing these Pumas? And you're going to get your Pumas all muddy.
Well, I keep all my tools in this leopard print fanny pack. It makes it for easy grabbing. Forget about those tool belts most normal people wear.
Get your Paul Stanley Puma tool belt today.
Don't give him any ideas.
Ooh, the hammer grip comes in leopard print. Ooh. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, this construction hard hat. It's modeled after the firehouse helmet. Oh!
If you call today, Peter Chris will come and mow your lawn twice.
Oh, God. See, this is what happens.
That's right.
Man. Oh, man.
All right, let's get out of this before we fucking destroy any sense of dignity that we have, if we have any left.
That is true. That is true.
Tom, when we finish a topic, and hopefully we finish this one for a while.
Yep.
Let's get into a question.
Okay, so this question is from our buddy Steve. The question had multiple parts to it, so I'm going to pull one part of it from it. What artist would you like to see Kiss perform with? So, for example, remember that one time, I think it was Lady Gaga performed with Metallica at the Grammys, and it was like fucking wild and crazy. Like, is there an artist that, like, say Kiss was going to be on the Grammys, and they were like, they're going to perform with X? I have an answer.
Go ahead first.
Okay. So for me, I like it when different genres combine their talents, which is why I thought when Lady Gaga was with Metallica, it was fucking amazing. I thought it was so cool and different.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I thought about this a little bit, and this one kind of popped into my head. So I love Elton John. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm picturing Elton John joining Kiss to do Black Diamond. And at the beginning of the song, instead of that acoustic guitar and Paul Stanley doing Out on the Streets for a Living, have Elton do it on the piano and have him do the Out on the Streets for a Living part, and then have the band and Peter or Eric kick in with the lyrics. That would be something I would love, because I love Elton John and he can rock when he needs to. And I just think something like that, like I said, genres mixing, I've always loved. Something like that.
Then,
I know you're a country guy, you know.
Yeah, I mean, they've already done it, and that's Hard Luck Woman with Garth Brooks.
Yeah.
I would probably say the only other one I could think of would be something like Nothing to Lose with Rod Stewart.
Yes. Okay.
Somebody like Rod doing what do you call its part, and then maybe Rod Stewart now doing Peter's part now.
Yep.
And doing Black Diamond. Or the other band I'd be interested in hearing them do is, because I like both, would be Pearl Jam, who's still active. Kiss with Pearl Jam. All the other peers, like, I don't want to see them with Aerosmith. I don't think the music mixes. Who else could they do something with? Maybe with AC/DC, but it's just Angus at this point. I mean, there's nobody really that's a full band that I could watch them other than Aerosmith, and I don't think the music mixes.
Pearl Jam would be great, because Mike McCready is like a huge Ace fan. Like he loves Kiss.
Yeah, something like that, and I think that might work.
Yep.
But good question.
Yeah, it is. And like I said, that's another thing. I mean, obviously there's no really live award shows going on now, so that's not going to happen anytime soon. But no, great question. We love any question that you guys send us. We try to get to them all. And speaking of that, you can send us questions to our email, which is shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com. Shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com. We read all the emails. Sometimes we'll read them on the air. We try to do our best to respond to them either in writing or on the air. And then we have our social medias, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can also send questions there. Questions, comments, reviews, episode ideas, whatever. And you can hear the show. We're part of the Great Pantheon Podcast Network. You can hear us on all your platforms. You know, obviously the big ones, Apple, Spotify, etc. If there's a particular platform that you like that you might not be able to hear us on, let us know. We'll try to find out why it's not there. And also on Facebook, we have the great Shout It Out Loudcasters Facebook group, which is not a toxic Facebook group. We love all the members, all eras. People sharing pictures, videos, articles, stories, whatever. It's great stuff. And what else? Our good friend Ed from Click Tea Shop, Click with a K. Ed has unbelievable products, all Kiss inspired gear, like real deep Kiss fan kind of graphics, including Shout It Out Loudcast gear as well. So visit Ed. We love Ed. Great guy, good friend of the show. ClickTeashop.com.
Yeah, you just about said it all. And feel free to please give us a 5-star child review on either iTunes or Spotify or podchaser.com, which is a great place so you can look at other podcasts and review them and give your opinions on how they do. So the other thing is, Tom, is the DMs. We get them all the time. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Reach out to us. We enjoy reading some emails and things like that. We got one today we're going to read real quickly. Gmail.com. Shout It Out Loudcast, gmail.com. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Just give us your thoughts on the episode. Vent if you want to vent. Tell us you like something. Tell us you don't. Keep the emails coming, guys. We got one here that we want to read to you now. Do you want to take the liberties, Tom, or you want me to? It's up to you.
Oh, I'll take it. I have it right in front of me here. So this is from Dan the Man, and also from a new Twitter handle that we kind of talked about a little bit earlier. Very involved with the show, big Kiss fan. He says, "Great episode. Thanks, guys. Here's my Twitter handle. I'm grateful for your podcast. It has really helped with entertaining me during quarantine. With 2 young kids going on walks and runs alone in the woods, and listening to the podcast has been a real highlight during this very difficult time. Thank you for what you guys have done so far, and really looking forward to seeing what comes next." Thank you, Dan the Man. And also, real quick, by the time you hear this, our bonus episode has been out there too. So hopefully you guys check that out. We'll get feedback on that when we do next month's September bonus episode.
Yeah, we did Blizzard of Oz and already got crazy feedback on that. So I think you guys will enjoy that. Give that a listen. if you're a fan. So, Tom, after that, we usually go to famous last words. What do you got?
Nobody knows where you're going. Nobody cares where you've been. And if you want to hear some stories, Exit Girl will let you in.
Ooh! I love you. You're the only one who could make me feel love was smart. I feel you deep inside of me, beating up against my heart.
Oh, man.
And I found out.
Oh, here we go.
Found out.
Oh, man.
What makes Pandemic Paul go round?
Ooh, Zeus quoting Unmasked for his famous last words. Ooh.
Big time.
Nice.
Anyways.
We are so disjointed right now. This is hilarious. I think we got ourselves all riled up.
Anyway, Tom.
We need to put like a blooper reel together.
I know. And so we're trying to end this show, and we've had to edit this 5 times because neither of us have acted like we've been on a podcast ever. And we keep talking over each other and forgetting what the fuck we're doing tonight. Neither of us have smoked anything. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with us, but I've made like 15,000 edits so far. Anyways, Tom, over to you.
Well, the problem here is that we're just getting ourselves so heated up over like purging our souls for all this negative Kiss energy. So we're a little bit all over the place. But no, Zeus, thank you. Kiss Army, thank you. We hope you guys enjoyed and understood this episode and what it was all about. And we anticipate feedback, so please give it to us. And thank you guys always for listening.
Tom, thank you. Kiss Army, thank you. Pandemic Paul, fuck you. And Paul Stanley, we love you. Peace out, Girl Scout.